What's up, YouTube? Deadrock here, bringing the video today. Today I want to go over my Banlist predictions and talk about what I think is going to happen, or not even necessarily what I think's going to happen. What I would do or what I wish would happen to make the game more enjoyable, better for everybody, and just try to bring balance to the game. I haven't had as much time to put in because I have a bunch of homework, so hopefully you guys can agree with this, and it is pretty generic, and we'll go over it here. So first off, we do have Rongo banned, and a lot of people are putting bamboozling, I think what it is. I think a lot of people are putting that on their list right now. But I don't think that's going to be the route Konami takes. First off, we have Salomon Great, which is a big, bamboozling is one of the biggest cards they rely on. It's a rank 3 that helps them get a negate, so it's a really good, strong card for them, and they're going to want to promote Salomon Great. So I don't think that they will hit bamboozling. I think that it is a card that probably does need to be hit. I feel like it's going to cause problems down the road later, but for now, I think Rongo is just the way to handle this deck, so that future decks could have more access to more cards. So I think that's fair. The next one to talk about is Gumbler. Hand looping for 4 is just stupid. Like, it's not something that should really be in the game, so pretty self-explanatory there. Now, does it need to be banned? We have two options here. We either hit consistency, which would like hit Neo Space Connector or Aqua Dolphin or stuff like that. All these Phantom Knight stuff. We can hit the consistency, or we can just hit the problem card, and then they don't have to worry about nothing else. I'm sure there's going to be more problem cards that come along later. That's just how Yu-Gi-Oh is. Something's going to find something it's always going to be that way. So I definitely think that hitting Gumbler is just the way to go here. Stop hitting. We don't have to worry about Isolde or anything like that. And then we're just going to talk about what we don't have on here real quick. So we don't have Isolde and we don't have Summon Sorceress. We don't need either of these banned. Our Summon Sorceress we don't need banned yet. We don't have access to Needle Fiber. That may come out in Savage Strike, but I do believe that Konami, no matter what, will let these two combo out together for a little bit before anything gets banned. So as much as I wish Summon Sorc would just leave, I hate that card. I don't think it's going anywhere, so I think it's staying there. And then the next one on here is Soul Charge. Why is this still in the game? Like, this just doesn't make any sense. Soul Charge shouldn't be in the game. That's all I really have to say. It's too free. It lets you win just steal games way too free. And then two cards that probably aren't going to be on most people's lists, but I fucking hate them. Like, I just absolutely hate these cards. So, like, we'll talk about it. Imperial Order, like, this card is just stupid. I don't care that they eroded it. This card is broken. This card is way too good. It, like, against certain decks, and this might be a little bit biased because it hurts my deck, but against certain decks, whether it be Sky Striker or any other rogue strategy that uses lots of spells, it's an instant flip win. I don't think cards should be in the game like that. It's a win flip unless they have Twin Twister. Like, why is it relying down to me losing if I drew a card or not randomly? That's so stupid. I just don't think this card should have come back. I don't think it should be in the game. I don't care if you can die from your own life. I don't care. Just leave. It's not good for the game. Okay. And then Fairy Tale Snow. Oh my god, I hate this card, guys. Alright, so you can say, well, Fairy Tale Snow is not really a problem right now. Grass is banned. Like, who cares? Well, it's like, no, I do care, because there's still decks that come out. There's still decks that come out and abuse this. Like, you can play it in Danger. Send it with Curious. It's free plays. You can send it in Thunder Dragons. You play it in Thunder Dragons now. Send it with Curious. Who would have guessed? Maybe Curious is the problem, actually. I don't know. Maybe ban Curious. That's actually a possibility I wasn't really planning on talking about. So I guess we just talked about it live, or like just did it spur of the moment. But I do think that Fairy Tale Snow is like just a card that I feel like it's just been abused for way too long. Being able to send it with like stuff like Brilliant Fusion and stuff like that, I really hate it. I just don't think the card's good for the game. It's not a once per turn. It's not even a once per chain. It is a very, very problematic card once it's hit in the graveyard. I just don't think it should be here. So I do have Snow banned, or Curious banned, I guess. Either one, I'll be happy with those. All right, now let's talk about limits. Because that's all I have for ban. We'll talk about stuff limited. Gold Sark I want limited. This hurts consistency of Thunder Dragons, and it's something that I do think is necessary, and I do think this probably will happen. Lately, Thunder Dragons have been getting the most representation, so I do feel like they are going to hit the deck in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if they're going to want to do this directly, so I wasn't really sure what I have on here for Thunder Dragons, but I definitely knew that Gold Sark I wanted to get put to 1, plus the Thunder Dragons have the new Wolf coming out in Savage Strike, so it's going to still allow them to play very well, and I think 3 Gold Sark would just make the deck way too consistent. So I think that it's going to be neutered, need to be neutered in some way, shape, or form. Now, I don't know what else to put on for Thunder Dragons. I do feel like something else is needed to be hit. I do have a little something, but it's nothing like really that great. I'm not sure what you would do, but we'll talk about that when it comes to it. But you guys let me know what else you guys would see for a hit on Thunder Dragons. I put maybe Dark to 2, and just to hit their power just slightly. That was like something, but I don't know. It's really hard to say. And then on limit, we have Rivalry and Gozen next. These are 2 floodgates I've hated for a long time, but the thing is, they are kind of on Konami's radar, just because Altergeist just won, and Rivalry had a lot to do with it winning the YCS. I think they may look and say, well, these floodgates are just problematic cards that really doesn't promote gameplay, so they may get rid of it. I think our time may be here to get rid of these cards. I hate them. They're just too free. I think they need to be either eroded or just have the ruling switched. And then I think they're fine, but until then, I don't like them in the game. Next off on the last for the limiting is Saryuja Skulldread. This card is a card I've knew would be hit on the ban list one day. I still think it's going to be hit on the ban list one day. Not sure if it's going to be this one or not, but it did get some recognition in the Danger build, the Danger Dark World FTK build, the new one, so it may be hit. It may not. It's definitely something that I think is a problematic card. I've noticed it was a problematic card from like when Al started playing me with World Chalice and was talking about, or was doing 3 of them in one turn. I was like, this isn't even fair. Like, it was insane. So I don't think, I think that this card may be touched on this, put to 1. I think this card is okay at 1, but anything more than 1, it just shouldn't be at. So that's my opinion on that. And then for semi-limits, we got Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. The deck needs to be hit, guys. The deck needs to be dealt with. We all know this. We all hate it when your opponent activates 3 engages in one turn and draws off every single one of them. We know it's not fair in card advantage. So we definitely know this needs to be hit. And then I also have beside it Widow Anchor to 2. This is something else we need that needed to be done. But the question is this enough to stop the deck? We know it's not enough to stop the deck, guys. The deck did things after the same hits in the OCG, and you know what? I don't think Konami's going to be going with hitting every deck this thing. I know I predicted that they might be doing a format switch or a revamp of the game. I don't think that would happen till Dark Neostorm if it happens, but besides that, that's what I like really have. These cards need to be put to 2. These decks are going to stick around, so Sky Striker Engage to 2, Widow Anchor to 2. And then, since it was, I think that it would still probably be the most powerful deck, or would be the most powerful deck, if we did go along and hit Thunder Dragons like we said we were going to. I think Kagari might have to go to 2 this list as well. I know that's, like, I don't think it's as big of a deal as people think it would be, or like, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I think being able to bring back Engage twice from the graveyard is already enough. It just means you would have to play like things like Hercules base and stuff like that. I think it just kind of makes you have to innovate the deck. So I think if we went 2, 2, and 2, I think that would bring the most balance to the game at this point. And then Multi-Faker to 2. This was the only direct hit to Sky Altergeist I have. Obviously, we have Rivalry on the limited list. That already hits them enough. If you don't think that this is just enough, Multi-Faker to 2, then I also want to say, like, maybe spoofing to 2. But I can't guarantee that, or I'm not sure if they're going to hit it more than that. I hope they do. Maybe put spoofing to 2, Multi-Faker to 2. And that deck would be a lot more fair without Rivalry and stuff like that. I think Protocol is like really the biggest problem card with the deck, to be honest with you. I think Protocol is the best card in that deck. That card is, I mean, obviously Multi-Fakers are really good, but like Protocol is so free, it's just so good. It's the best, one of their best floodgates in the game, honestly. And then on the last things I have on here is Brilliant Fusion to 2. So Brilliant Fusion is a card that's like rogues. It's helped out so many rogue strategies in the past, and I would really hate to see it go. But every once in a while, a deck comes, and a meta deck comes, and it ruins the card. It makes it way too good, and I just don't really like that for the game. And I feel like Brilliant's doing that. Would Brilliant be going to 2 be enough? Well, I think that this is fair. I think the best way to get people to stop running it would be to put it at 1. Would people still run it at 2? I don't know. You lose a good amount of consistency, and then you still have to play your bricks. So I'm not really sure if it would still be played at 2 or not, but I do think this card has been a problem card in like way too many formats, or not too many formats, but there's just too many decks that can utilize this card. I just don't think it's fair. I know Rogue is like a matchup people really care about. A lot of people may say, well, you can't hit Rivalry or Gozen because of Rogue. Like, first off, guys, like if you're playing stun, like if you're just playing stun, like Inspector Border stun, and you're complaining about Rivalry being hit, or like complaining about the other decks being way better, like don't play the game. Like I just want to be honest. I just want to be honest for like 1 second here. It's like, if you legitimately think that like there's problems with these other decks, and all you do is play normal summon 1 border and like set 4 cards, like please tell me where you think there's any skill involved in that, right? Like you're just setting cards, you're not doing plays, you're not you're interacting, maybe stunning your opponent, but like there's not really much like skill involved in it. So why are you guys sitting here complaining? Like, Sky Strikers is not a deck that I would like ever really say it's easy to play, and that's because how many people I witnessed try to play it and then fail and then stop playing it, or like just never really get the best ability of playing it. So I don't think it is the easiest deck to play. Like I just feel like a lot of these people complaining about your deck's not good enough. Well, like, play a better deck. I'm sorry, guys. That's just how it goes. I wish I could play Fire Fist in this format, but I can't because it's not good. Like, it's just the way it goes. I've come to terms with this as a player, and I think the people who complain about this stuff are the people who need to come to terms with it and understand that, your deck isn't going to be the greatest. We can't put a ban list to help out Rogue. We can't. We literally got to do a ban list to stop the meta. And if something is like Rogue and getting hit because of something meta, I'm sorry, that sucks. And that's why I try not to do it. So that's why I put Rongo on there instead of Bamboozling. But at the end of the day, Konami makes what they think is going to be the best. So that is it, guys. All right. So let me know what you think. If you think this is terrible, then tell me it's terrible. I don't really care. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment, like, subscribe down below. We will see you guys next time. Later.